To start off this episode, we're going to be diving into the art of war. Specifically chapter 4 and the second sentence in chapter 4. To secure ourselves against defeat, in other words, to protect ourselves from losing, it lies in our own hands. But the opportunity of defeating the enemy is only provided by the enemy himself. It's saying to kind of defend yourself, that's in your hands. But to defeat the enemy with surety, with 100% confidence, that can only be provided, like an opportunity can only be provided by the enemy's mistake. And to think of this in terms of trading, you can't force a win on the market. You can't force it on the market. The market has to provide the opportunity for you to ride with it. However, to secure yourself against defeat, that is in your hands. The amount of risk that you put on in every trade, that's in your hands. That's you deciding how much you risk. You can surely defend yourself, your capital. You can defend it by simply having a solid risk management plan. Not switching up the lot size, risking less than 1%, and protecting yourself so that you can fight another day until the enemy, in this case the market, provides you that opportunity to ride it until you get that payout. So to dive into this episode, I wanted to first talk about big numbers. Why do we actually over-risk? And it's this idea of success now, especially when you have this circulation of large numbers in trading. You can see like the thousands that go up and down every day. Just think about it. If you made 1,000 in one day, would you not be content with that? Like $1,000 cash handed to you. $1,000. What can you do with $1,000? You can go buy a new phone. You could buy a laptop. You can take a trip to literally across the country if you wanted to for a weekend. That's the cost of a flight to like Hawaii. There and back. $1,000 for you. Like that's a lot of money, but the circulation and long periods of trading kind of teach your brain that this amount of money, this 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, it's insignificant, especially when you're on a $100,000 account. But when you think about it realistically, are you really on a $100,000 account when your max risk is 10%? You're basically trading a $10,000 account with a maximum daily drawdown of $5,000. So per day, you're only trading $5,000. And overall, you're only trading $10,000. So understanding that will kind of show you, like if you were to start a personal account, you would not risk the same amount that you would on a prop firm account. Prop firm accounts have this illusion that you're actually trading more than you are. It's still beautiful. Like the amount that you can make on a prop firm account versus personal capital is amazing. And that's why we try to milk them every day. The next thing I want to go into is your age doesn't matter. People have this idea, especially correlating it with success now, especially older people that just get into trading when they're 25, 30, 50, 60. They have a family, kids, and they're just trying to make this income, this something else. They finally, something clicked in their minds where they're like, yeah, I don't want to work this job. It's not giving me any, I'm not even making money. I come home at the end of the day only able to pay my bills and not actually enjoy my life. It finally clicks for them that they want some change in their life. But that doesn't matter. It does not matter. If you correlate your age with success, especially comparing yourself to other 20-year-olds that are already making dough from trading, from other businesses. When you correlate your age, you're a 50-year-old, when there's 20-year-olds out there on social media making tons of money, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to think that at your age, you have more wisdom. You should be able to be in a place further than them. And that's not true at all. Because when you really take a look at it, those 20-year-olds, they had a different background. And they didn't find success like this. It was the same thing, 4 or 5 years, maybe even 10 years. Maybe they started when they were 7 years old. See, they've been in this field for a long time. Some people's parents, they literally take away their entire life. They take away their childhood and put them into this money-making machine. It ruins their life, and you should be grateful that you didn't have that. So do not compare yourself with those people. it takes a long period of time, and they did that long period of time. They did not find success quick. They were in the game for long periods of time. You just think they found success quick because they're 18 and they have $1 million, right? You think that's quick because at 18 you didn't have that. You didn't even have $1,000 maybe. But they've been in this game just as long as anybody else. So it doesn't matter if you're 50 years old, if you're 35. Take the same amount of time. Maybe it'll take until you're 40 if you're a 35-year-old. Maybe it'll take you another 5 years. But that'll be the same as anybody else that started at 15 and it took them until they were 20 to find success. It's the same thing, so don't compare yourself to these young people. Don't compare yourself to others on social media. And talking to the young people, you want success now before you're 18 because you see other people finding that success and you're like this 13-year-old and you're like, oh, I have to beat them. I have to beat they were successful at 18. I'm going to try to find this success at 15. Bro, you are so blessed to have this time, especially already discovering trading. Take it slowly. Take until you're 20, maybe 25. Do it right. Do demos long as you possibly can until it's literally like in your blood, in the system. Muscle memory for you to click the button when it's the right model shows up. When you are confident in your bias. You can literally train yourself to utter perfection before going on live funds. You can trade demo for 10 years for all it matters. Because you're young. Most people don't even discover trading until that age. And you'd already have 10 years of experience on them. The next thing is time. There used to be a 30-day timer on these accounts, funded accounts. There is a literal unlimited amount of time now. But there used to be a 30-day timer. I'd understand some people starting to risk a lot when it comes down to that last 5 days if they didn't hit their profit target yet. I'd understand that. However, you have an unlimited amount of time now. Funded accounts are literally amazing. Especially for those youngsters that I just said. You literally are a 15-year-old or 17-year-old with knowledge that trading exists, that you can make money in this field. You even know about prop firm accounts. You have unlimited amount of time. Just trade with literally 0.05 on 100K even. Risk $5 and trade this account until you learn everything there is. Practice the daily drawdown, the max drawdown. Practice staying inside of that for as long as you possibly can. Because trading isn't this, you got to pass the account in 2 days and then start making payouts. It's about mastering risk management and keeping the account as long as you possibly can. You're not going to be doing this for 2 months. You're not going to get 2 months of payouts and then stop trading. You want to do this for a lifetime because this is the best possible job that you can ever have. So take your time. Time is also a factor of risk. You have an ease of access to risking more. You can literally change the number on the top of your screen from 1 lot to 5 lots and blow your entire account. That's how easy it is. You can just click the button. You don't even have to deposit more funds. You just press a larger number and that's how much money you risk. Stop. Understand that it's there. Maybe turn off your one-click trading. And that pop-up that comes up and says, are you sure that you want to place this 5-lot trade? Maybe that'll change your mind out of one out of those 10 times. And what typically happens is you start this new challenge that you buy after blowing your last one. You start this new challenge and you go with a small account, like small risk. You go 1 lot and you're like, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Then you start the next day, 1 lot. Next day, you're taking good wins. And then 1 loss and you're like, okay, I got to make it up. 3 lots, 5 lots, 10 lots. That's what happens. You lose this willpower as your challenge goes on longer. But that should not happen. You should have discipline throughout the whole thing. Next thing is cost. Prop firms versus personal account. Like I said, if you had a personal account with 10K, it would definitely look a lot different than that 100K, allowing you to risk 10K max. Right? You would not be taking the same 1-lot trades. You'd even take 0.2 if you could. That's what you should do on prop firms. Take your time. It's just an illusion. You're not actually trading with 100,000. You can't risk more than 10,000. You can't blow more than 10,000 or you'll lose the account. Think about it like that. A personal capital 10K account, you would not risk the same way that you risk on a prop firm account. So do it like that, even though it's 500. Yeah, and if you do blow it, buy another one. Sure, but blow it like after trading it for over 50 days if you need to. I'm not saying to take your time. Like, it's not worth it to sit on an account that doesn't give it to you, doesn't give you anything until you pass it, right? However, when you have the time and you're still just learning, use this as a way to learn, as a way to guide you for your risk management. And this idea of I can just buy another account, it keeps you blowing your account. Think about how much money you've already spent on those accounts. You can't just buy another account. Don't think like that. And what I added here is blowing accounts over and over again. It shows you, it kind of like nullifies you. Like, you begin to lose your emotions. At first, that blowing account really hurt you. The second one hurt you too. But after the 8th one, you don't even care anymore. And at some point, you stop even caring about what kind of trades you're taking, because you can just buy another account. Don't think like that, or you'll stop actually trading the way that you're supposed to trade. It's supposed to be a long-term thing. This was from a different video. That's going to be all for over-risking. Really take a step back and think about the way that you've been trading. The mindset that you've had around prop firm accounts. Treat it as a way to learn. And remember, to secure yourself against defeat, to defend yourself, that's in your own hands. But to defeat the enemy must give you an opportunity. The enemy is the market, and it must give you an opportunity to ride with it towards sell side or buy side. It must give you the opportunity to do that. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in.